Yeah.
And then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can y'all see my screen that has the preparing?
I can see it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so I will talk, but I mean, we all know each other. This is pretty casual. So feel free to stop me, jump in, and Kelly, you the same thing. If I leave something out, please don't let me um, end the meeting without giving them all the information. So
Absolutely.
anyway, why is this thing not working now? Oop, sorry. Okay. And actually, Kelly, maybe could you just give them, since they are new chamber members, give Tisha and Taisha a little bit of background on kind of the history of the Small Business Showcase and how it got started and what it is?
Absolutely. So back in 2017, it was when we hosted the first small business showcase event. And it was actually called the Small Business After Hours. And at that time, we were hosting business after hour events monthly, and only in locations of chamber investors that had a space large enough to host 75 to 100 people. And so we were finding that we were not able to provide that same opportunity for businesses that didn't have the space. And we weren't able to give them that platform to connect with other investors and really be a host. So the Small Business After Hours event, our first one was in December of that year, and it was similar in format. So it was a central location that we hosted it, and small businesses could apply to have a booth at the event. And so it was marketed like any other chamber business after hours to the full membership, and the co-hosts were promoted just like they would be if they were having it in their space. So we had a great response to it. It really grew over the next few years, and of course with COVID it kind of paused, but we're excited to bring it back. And I think the general chamber membership and investors are really excited to attend and to learn more about our small businesses and entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And really from the business side of things, the businesses that are being showcased, or in the other type of after hour events, the business that would typically be the host for the event, really what this is an excellent marketing opportunity, because it gets you literally face to face in front of other business leaders, business owners, people in the community. But it's really the power of the face-to-face connection that makes this event a success if you set yourself up the right way to make it so. And if, connecting with community leaders, businesses, and business leaders are part of your marketing plan, this is probably one of the best ways to get in front of that audience. And therefore, it makes a very efficient use of your time and your marketing dollars. So that's kind of the value of these after-hour networking events, but the power of what the event can do for small businesses. So how do we make the most of it? And also, I want to add a caveat here that this is not intended to say that you have to go out and spend a lot of money to prepare for this. That is not. Most of these things you should be able to do from your desktop computer. We're not advocating that you go and spend hundreds of dollars trying to prepare. We're actually trying to get the realization that it could be just the opposite of that. So, but to leverage the power of the event, here are some kind of tips and tricks. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. So the event date is February 28th. you'll notice the very bottom line on that slide is we do have a backup date in the event of inclement weather. And Kelly will be responsible, if we do have some snow or ice that day, Kelly will, keep us informed and let us know the status and so forth. But we do have a backup day just in case. So that will be the following Tuesday, March the 7th. But right now, we're all systems go for Tuesday, February 28th. You probably want to arrive at Ready Up Game Lounge. Do y'all know where that is?
No, find it.
Okay. All right. You know where, what is it, J&R Cigar?
Know where that is.
Okay. It's essentially right next door,
Okay.
but across the parking lot. And so if you get there about 4 o'clock, you'll see all the chamber folks there getting ready. Of course, Kelly and I will be there as well. So just look for us. We'll all be arriving around 4 o'clock. The event itself runs from 5 to 6:30. So it's only 90 minutes, but it'll be a very intense 90 minutes. So you have a link here in this slide. And again, I'll send the slide deck to you for their website, but also there is their street address. So what's going to happen is this is it is the coolest little, and it's not little, it's big, a game lounge. They have arcade games, they have axe throwing, they have like this, Kelly, what do they call it? Like a Nerf ball arena?
So a whole Nerf gun arena course. It's so impressive. It's a really neat space.
It really is. It's very well
Good to
done.
know. Yeah.
And maybe David might be just a little bit young for it now, but another year or two, y'all will probably be taking him there all the time.
Every weekend. Yeah. That's that is right up his alley. Yeah.
Right.
And so I will say, this isn't on the agenda, but just so that you all know, so this is the first just networking opportunity that we're having in 2023. We have our annual meeting, there's a program included for that, but this is the first event of the year that is strictly networking and intentional connections. And so I think that, in addition to it being in a new, exciting space, I think that we're going to have a great turnout for you all.
Yeah. We're excited.
Yeah, typical attendance, Kelly, would you say about 75 to 100?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So when we go to Ready Up, they have tables in there, but their tables, the actual size of the tables vary a little bit. And we can't tell you right now exactly what size table you'll have, but I've given you the tabletop sizes just so you can be prepared. So when we talk about the tabletop display itself in a moment, just know that the size of the actual table may vary. As you start your preparations, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to Kelly or myself, and we'll help you as best we can. So the way that this is going to work, you'll come in and get set up, and we'll get everything ready. The event, the doors will open right at 5. There will be volunteers. Kelly's got this wonderful group called ambassadors that are volunteers, and they literally are ambassadors for the chamber. But they come and they help with all sorts of things at our events. They'll probably be there at 4:30 to help us set up as well. And they'll be checking everyone in. People do have to pre-register. Is that right, Kelly? They do pre-register?
So they'll register online. We encourage everyone to register, but we always know that we'll have some people that walk in, and we're good to accommodate that.
Yep. So we'll get them checked in. And then scattered throughout the area will be these tables with our small businesses. When the attendees come, part of the check-in process will be, they're going to get, we're calling them little passports. But this is our way of making sure that people get around and speak to the various small business owners. So they will come to your table, talk to them, tell them about your business, but ask if they have their passport, because you're going to initial it, so that we know that that person stopped at your table and talked to you.
Nice.
Okay.
And so it's our goal that when we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet, but we'll utilize the ambassadors for this. But it's our hope that once those passports are complete, they can kind of get past we're going to have the games blocked off, and they can go in and enjoy some games. So we're kind of trapping them in the best way to make sure that they get around to all of you, and really take the opportunity to learn about you and your business.
That's amazing.
That is awesome.
It's exciting.
So there will be beer, wine, non-alcoholic drinks, probably soft drinks available, and also some limited light snacks. But I will tell you, if all goes well, you're going to be so busy talking and shaking hands and meeting people, you're not going to have time to eat or drink. So I would suggest that you might want to make sure you're not starving when you arrive.
Okay.
Just because honestly, it's only 90 minutes, and you want to take advantage of that opportunity to be in front of as many people as you can. So anyway, just a little tip there, just make sure you eat a good lunch that day. Maybe include a piece of cheesecake too.
Right, just to be safe. Just to be safe.
Absolutely. Okay, so those were some of the housekeeping items. Here's some suggestions on what to bring. And again, I just want to emphasize, I don't think it's necessary to go out and spend loads of money on this. But it is a good idea to have some takeaways. So obviously business cards, and then any brochures or flyers or other information that you might have. People, they're standing there, they might have a drink in their hand, when they go back to their office the next day, you want to make sure that they remember you. And one of the best ways to do that is give them something to take with them.
That's good.
Or they
question, Stephanie. Will we be able to, like my border and her scone, is those too big to bring with us? Like,
No, like the one you had outside your office?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think you can bring that.
Okay.
Kelly, that's like our pop-up banner.
Oh,
our
yeah.
Big vertical pop-up banner.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
I agree. I think there will be plenty of space for that.
And in this photograph, I mean, this is just an example. Again, this is not even from a chamber event. It's an image I stole off the internet. But the idea is just, make something attractive or eye-catching. And again, you've got the banner, which is awesome. You could do a couple balloons with your, maybe a brochure and some business cards. Anyway, something just to catch people's eye. That's really it. I think y'all have great material, and that banner will really serve you well. So I don't know how you give away samples of business loans or insurance, but so Stacy Stevens will be there, and so if she's promoting Savvy Sweets, maybe she wants to bake some cookies and brownies and give them away. But if you have pens or keychains, at the chamber we've got our little chamber ballpoint pens. If you have a giveaway, that's awesome. It's not going to make or break anything. I know when I've done some of these events in the past, I might just have a little candy dish with some individually wrapped mints.
Mhm.
You know, it's a suggestion, but it's not, don't feel like you have to do it.
Okay.
But the one trick of it is that sometimes people just lean in and grab whatever you're giving away, and it's a great opportunity to get their attention and kind of
Mhm.
break the ice and speak to them. So
Yes.
anyway, door prizes. Kelly, do you wanna speak about door prizes or?
Yeah, so for the door prizes, I would recommend, it's up to you if you want to do one, and we've seen it done a few ways. Um, but some vendors in the past have used the door prize as a way to collect information, contact information for people. So if you want to have a sign up form to receive emails from you or a follow up, then you can have them complete fill out the information and or drop a business card in, and that will enter them in for a door prize drawing. And
Okay.
so we're still working out if we're going to have those pulled at the event or if it would be up to you to follow up afterwards. But we'll make sure you know all of that prior to the event. But it's just a great way, if you do have swag, to put a basket together of your information and your swag items, and collect contact information for potential clients.
That's good.
And the other, if you don't have swag, you can always do like Starbucks or a Chick-fil-A gift card, or whatever
Right.
you want.
Right.
Again, these are suggestions and not have to have.
Right.
Yeah, so if you do decide to do that and you want to collect people's information, make sure you bring a container like a basket or a bucket so people can drop their business cards in there.
Right.
I would say for the most part, 99% of the attendees coming are going to have a business card, and they're kind of used to pulling those out at these types of events. So if you just say, "Oh, drop your business card in here," that's not going to be a foreign language to them. Bring a couple pens, maybe a notepad, maybe somebody just gave away their last business card. At least you've got a way to capture their information and
Mhm.
Right.
or you get in a conversation with somebody and you need to follow up with them on something specific. You've got that there so you can make a note of it. And you don't get to the office the next morning and go, what was it I was supposed to do? I can't remember. I mean, that would be me. I would do something like that. So
Right, agreed.
yeah. Okay, so those are some suggestions on what to bring. Kelly, did I leave anything out?
No, I think you covered everything. I did want to mention though, if you all did want a tablecloth and you didn't have one of your own, we do have a few white linens here at the chamber that we'd be happy to bring. Just let us know and we'll make sure we have those for you.
Thank you.
These were just two other photos. Now this big backdrop, this is a photo from an actual professional trade show.
Mhm.
And LaShonda is joining us. We'll give her a second to get on. Hey, LaShonda, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hope you are.
We are doing fine. Glad you could join us. We're about halfway through, but listen in, and then we're recording this call, and so I can always send you a copy of the call and the slide deck so you have all the information, and then happy to answer any questions you may have afterwards.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this was just another photo, and I think the biggest idea was see how you've given some dimension to the tabletop by having things stand up instead of lay flat on the table. And you can get these little clear acrylic sign holders if you don't have anything else. And again, it just calls attention to your tabletop display so that people don't just pass you by. And, you know, we want y'all to get as much attention here as you can. So that was my suggestion. Again, if you've got a couple giveaway items, that's great. And anything just to make your table look a little eye-catching. Excuse me, and as a reminder, the tables that we will have will not be as big as what's in this photo. So just keep that in mind. Their tables are going to be smaller, and at the moment, we don't know exactly what table size you're going to have. But as you start gathering your items, if you have any questions about the table size, please let me or Kelly know. All right, let's see if we can get this guy to advance because he doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. So probably the biggest thing about a format like this, the way we're doing this, almost like a trade show format where people are going to come up to your table, and you want to be obviously engaging with them and, you know, get to know them, let them get to know you, but you're also here to sell your business and to promote it. So things to keep in mind, and just to maybe rehearse a little bit beforehand, not so much that you'd be saying this, I mean, you might, but just so that you've got a way to talk about your business that is going to be memorable and pertinent. So what does that mean? Well, some of the things that you want to be able to address really are, what problem or problems does your business solve? So Tisha, you offer loans, right?
Right.
So one of the problems that you solve for business owners is access to capital. You know, if they're need to buy a new truck for their business, or they need money to expand and buy more inventory, you know, those are the types of problems that you solve. So keep that in the back of your mind and kind of your comments as you are talking about your business and promoting it. Just keep that in mind, that what you're really selling is the solution to someone's problem.
That's good.
Another thing to keep in mind is what makes you different from your competitors. How, you know, what is your, oftentimes it's called a unique selling proposition. Well, what is it? Taisha, I know you and I talked about your previous experience selling insurance, and how, you know, other insurance agents might only be able to give quotes from a single company, whereas you're not tied to that. What makes you different is you can actually shop on behalf of your client to find them the best coverage at the best rate.
Exactly.
So be thinking of those things, and I sometimes find it helpful, you know, start making little notes to yourself. Not so much that you're going to spit everything out all at once, but you want to be able to pull from your memory, you know, here are things that make me different from State Farm or Geico or anybody else. You have a very short period of time to engage these people.
Right.
And the thing is, you want them to remember you. Something else, how do you ensure qualities? Well, what I'm really saying is, you know, people, when they're spending their money, even if they're spending it through their business, they want to make sure that what they get is high quality. And, you know, so if I decide to get a policy through Charisma Insurance Solutions, how do I know that if I have to make a claim that I'm going to get good service? So
Right.
be thinking about not only what makes you different, but how you also ensure quality through the delivery of your service. Again,
That's good. Yeah.
these are just talking points that if you've got them filed away in the back of your brain, you can pull them out
Yes.
at certain points. And they're just
Right.
hopefully ways that not only for this event, but at any point that you're selling yourself and your business.
That's
Exactly.
good.
One other thing to think about for this event is, can you offer a special promotion or a discount? And sometimes this might be for a limited time to spur people to action. So they come to the Small Business Showcase. Granted, they're going to be meeting a lot of small business owners. And they'll leave at the end of the night. Hopefully they had a great time. Keep in mind, after they've thrown a few axes, they might be a little forgetful about all the wonderful stuff you told them about your business. But if they know that they're going to get a certain discount or they're going to get something special if they fill out that loan application by January 31st. You've got a little special discount, freebie, whatever it is. That's something to talk about, but it's also something that's going to make you a little more memorable, and also is going to spur them to action.
True. Right.
One other thing, and that is at these events, typically, people don't sign up and commit themselves at this event, but you're at least opening the door and getting people thinking about your product or your service. So again, having a special offer or a promotion is another way to reach back out to these people afterwards and say, hey, don't forget, our promotion expires on January 31st. So it usually takes at least 3 touches before you make a sale. So you've touched them once at the event, you touch them again with your follow-up, whatever that might be. And then maybe you've got to think of one more kind of touch. Maybe that's connecting with them on LinkedIn or something like that.
Okay.
So anyway, what should people remember about you and your business after the event? Again, that's going to be your unique selling proposition. It's going to be any type of promotion or special offer, or maybe you did a door prize and they won it and they're happy and excited. Try to be thinking about making sure that everybody leaves with something memorable about you. Few other things to note. And again, I'll just stop here because I know I'm talking a lot. I want to make sure no one has any questions. We good?
That's good.
Okay. So it's a business casual event. You'll see a little bit of everything, quite frankly. Some people are leaving literally walking right out of the office. So you might see coat and tie or suit to somebody who's, in jeans and a button-down shirt. It's just a little bit of everything, but business casual. And I love this, just because for me, I always have to remember, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So the idea here is to establish some familiarity, lay the groundwork for establishing trust, let people get to know you, but really also try to relax and just smile and have fun. And it's a great group of people. This is a wonderful community. And I think that the attendees will be really excited, as Kelly said earlier, to learn more about these small businesses in Alamance County. So here's the biggest thing. The biggest tip that I can give you about leveraging the opportunity of this business showcase. Put on your calendars today, the next morning, the next afternoon, but right after the event, schedule time on your calendar to do follow-up. And that could be take the stack of business cards or whatever information you have about the people that you met and schedule, plan a follow-up. That could be an email, it could be a phone call, it could be posting on social media where you know that they're going to be, connecting with them on LinkedIn. That is the single most important thing you can do other than show up and engage in this event. Most businesses, most people don't do that. But you have to do it right after the event because you don't want people to forget.
Right.
And then again, if you've got a special promotion or a discount or whatever it is, you can use that as an excuse to get in touch with them. So be thinking about that as well.
And I will add one thing, just because a lot of businesses don't do mass email. So if you all were going to send out an email to multiple people, just remember it's always best to blind copy when you have multiple email addresses on there and send it to yourself. We do this all the time, so we know it's top of mind, but if you don't do that, then that's something to remember. Sometimes people are they don't want their email address shared with a large group. So just another small tip to keep in mind.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
It is.
So, okay, so you scheduled your whatever you're going to do as a follow-up to the event. And then if you can, if you have a moment to breathe, take your phone, take some photos. If you've got social media accounts and you can pull it off, post from the event or that later that night or the next day, post your photos. Kelly and I will walk around, we'll take photos ourselves, and we'll be happy to share them with you. But leverage the momentum of the event and show the world that you're engaged in what you're doing and help the people who are there remember the experience of meeting you and getting to know about your business. And that's about it. Do y'all have any questions?
No,
I do not.
it
That was very informative.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Good.
if you do have questions over the next several weeks, of course, I know that y'all know how to get a hold of me, but Kelly's email is very similar to mine. It's kelly@alamancechamber.com. Please feel free to reach out to her as well if you have questions or if you need anything at all. We're here to help you, and we're excited about the event because it's going to be such a unique location. I think the turnout's going to be great, and we really want to thank you for your participation as well.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
We truly appreciate it.
Yeah. So I have to convert the recording, and I will email all of you, LaShonda, you too. I will email you the recording and then the copy of the slide deck.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right.
Forward to
Well,
it.
you all take care and let us know if you have any questions.
Sounds
Tisha and
good.
Taisha, I'll see you on Thursday.
Yes,
See you
see you Thursday.
Nice
Bye-bye,
seeing you.
everyone.
Nice meeting you, Shonda. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you guys as well. Hi, Miss Stephanie. So I was currently at work. So I did log on kind of late, but if I can kind of get the beginning of the meeting and kind of move forward from there, because we are speaking on the event that happens in February, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the recording, I'm going to send you the recording of this meeting and then the slide deck. And you can go through that. You'll have everything. But if you have questions, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.